Yeah, just a quick review of the Airisland Finger Stretcher Resistance Bands. Basically, this is a set of three that you get, three different resistances. I know they call them finger stretchers, but they don't really stretch your fingers. Rather, your fingers kind of stretch out as you're doing the exercise. So the piece of equipment itself doesn't really stretch out your fingers. You're doing the stretching of the piece of equipment. Anyway, so basically this is for strengthening, not really like increasing range of motion or really stretching out your fingers or, making them more flexible. Main purpose is just to strengthen the muscles of your fingers. Which finger muscles are you going to be doing? Basically, they call them extensors. That's where your hand is going outwards. This is flexion and this is extension. So essentially, this is going to work on increasing your extensor strength of your fingers. And just to note, there's no actually muscles in your fingers, actually are up in your forearm, and they connect with long tendons to your fingers. So actually, you don't really have any finger muscles, really. Comes in a set of three, which I really like, as opposed to just selling you one. And I'll tell you why I really like these sets of three. Basically, because you can have progressive resistance. The gray is level 1, the blue is level 2, and the black is level 3. So you start out with the lightest one, which is the gray one, and you see you can do it like, I'll say 20 times. You work up to 20 times spreading your hand open. Now, if you keep doing that week after week after week, just using the gray one, you're really not going to get any stronger because your muscles are like, hey, I can already do that 20 times, and that's all it's asking me to do is just, use this thing 20 times, so I don't need to get any stronger. So it's really kind of an efficiency thing of your body. If you want to get it stronger than using it 20 times, what you have to do is challenge the muscles and give them a reason to get stronger, and that is providing resistance. So you use the gray one, you can do that one just fine. And so you want to get stronger, so like you can put your fingers, you go move up to the blue one, the second resistance, level 2. And now your fingers are like, whoa, I can't do this 20 times. I can only do it like 10 or 11. And so now your muscles are like, hey, I got to get stronger. I have a reason now that I got to, lay down more muscle fibers, get this muscle in shape so it can actually do more work. So that's how you get stronger. And then once you can do the blue one, like say 20 times, then the last one is like the black. So that's why I really like these sets of three as opposed to just one, because one you can get only so strong, and only as strong as that band, but you can't really get any stronger. Just remember that when you're lifting weights too. If you can lift like a 2-pound dumbbell, 10 times, and every week you just lift that 2-pound dumbbell, 10 times, you're not going to get any stronger. You need to move up to 3 or 4 pounds. Give that muscle a reason to get stronger. So that's a key principle of strength training: progressive resistance. So now, if you need a further program, here's a good resource: Treat Your Own Hand and Thumb Osteoarthritis by Jim Johnson PT. This actually has some other exercises you can do. And if you're using this for like finger arthritis or just finger discomfort, probably you need to be doing like some range of motion exercises other than just spreading your hand over, like getting rid of that stiffness. Basically, if you go to any hand therapy, like occupational therapy or any hand specialist, they're going to have you do range of motion exercises. I'll tell you why range of motion exercises are so important. Because basically your fingers are synovial joints, the little joints in your fingers. So they have synovial fluid in them, inside the joint. Synovial fluid is what carries the nutrients that nourishes your articular cartilage, the cartilage that coats the end of the two bones that come together to form a joint. So if you say you have pain or you're not moving your finger through your whole range of motion, there are parts of your articular cartilage that just aren't going to get the nutrition that it needs, and that's going to further compound things like arthritis. So basically, you need to do range of motion because you're going to take the joint through its full range. You're going to get that synovial fluid evenly distributed, and the articular cartilage is going to be very happy. So these are just like a good range of motion exercises. This whole program in this book actually takes like less than 10 minutes, which I really like. Making your hands stronger. Well, the exercise bands we just talked about will actually help do that, the extensors. This is a good exercise for like your flexors, pinch grip, all that kind of stuff. Even something for your thumb. I don't think these bands it'll do a little bit for your thumb going outwards, but specifically you need to be working your abductor pollicis longus muscle. If you have base of the thumb arthritis or what they call carpometacarpal joint arthritis, see how that muscle attaches right to the base of your thumb? Well, when you have bad arthritis in your thumb, basically the joint starts to get a little bit unstable. You get excessive motion. That kind of wears the ligaments out. Sometimes the ligaments stretch. Sometimes they actually start shredding. And in the later stages, this causes a whole joint to collapse. And you see people with deformities like that. That's where that whole joint has just collapsed. Basically, it's because of instability. And so, one thing you can do to counteract that is actually strengthen any muscles that stabilize that thumb joint. And that would be one of them is your abductor pollicis longus. So, this book will show you how to do that with progressive resistance. So, anyway, good resource if you're looking for some other stuff. But hey, if you want to get started, you just say, hey, this looks like something I want to try. I think this is a good little set to check out. So there you go.